Have you ever felt that you're no longer the person you used to be, but at the same time, you're not yet who you're becoming? So, the old version of you, that of course does not fit anymore. So, the old dreams feel distant, the old habits are very limiting for you now, the old identity is, too small, but the new chapter, that's not arrived either. And so, you find yourself in a very strange space, neither here nor there. That kind of space, just in between. And if you're in that season right now, I want you to know that, you're not lost, you're just becoming. You're just in that process of becoming now. So today, let's talk about one of the most confusing yet most powerful phases of personal growth, the season of becoming. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Flight to Fulfillment podcast. I'm your host, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach and the founder of the Freedom Divas Hub. And today we are talking about something that almost every woman experiences at some point in time or the other, the in between phase, the season where the old chapter is ending, but the new chapter is yet to start. And that space can feel incredibly uncomfortable because we crave certainty. As women, we always want certainty. We always want answers, direction, clarity. But becoming often asks us to walk through this unfamiliar, uncertain phase before clarity arrives. And that's why so many of us mistake this season for failure. While in reality, we are not failing. It's just, we are just being born. It's the birthplace of transformation happening for us. So today let's explore how we can navigate this beautiful but a very messy phase, the season of becoming. Firstly, stop mistaking uncertainty for failure. One of the biggest challenges of the in between phase is uncertainty. You don't fully know what's coming next, and because you don't know, you assume you're stuck. But uncertainty does not mean that you're failing. It means that you're growing beyond what you've known. Every meaningful transformation begins with not knowing. Number two, allow the old version of you to leave. Don't cling on to it. Many women try to carry old identities into the new chapters. So, if you've been a people pleaser, the perfectionist, the woman who constantly seeked approval. Now, these may be things you did as the old person you were, but now it's time to let go. And sometimes growth feels very painful because you're grieving a version of yourself that once felt familiar to you. So maybe now you will suddenly start saying no, and you will feel you're so selfish. And especially if you were a people pleaser before, if you were always saying yes all the time to everybody, and now this new phase of who you're becoming is asking you to say no, and you may feel very uncomfortable about it. But remember, this is the new you, and embrace the new you. Number three, trust the process before you see the outcome. So, this phase, this season asks you to have faith. I'm not saying have blind faith, but at least trust the process. Trust that not everything needs to be figured out beforehand, not everything needs to be figured out immediately. Trust that clarity often arrives through action. Trust, trust that your next chapter is forming even when you can't see it yet, and this is going to be an even more beautiful chapter for you. Trust. Trust, because becoming happens quietly before it becomes visible. Number four, focus. Focus on who you are becoming, not what you're achieving. So during this transition, A lot of women obsess over external results, the new job, the new relationship, the next milestone. But real transformation always starts within. It starts to happen internally. You are becoming more self aware, you are becoming more emotionally mature, you are becoming more aligned. And that inner evolution matters, in fact, more than the outer evolution, isn't it? Number five, give yourself permission. Permission to be a work in progress. Because that's life, that's our journey. And this is perhaps the most important lesson for all of us. We do not need to have everything figured out. We do not need a perfect plan. We do not need all the answers beforehand. Because the season of becoming is not about arriving, it's the journey. It's about evolving. It's about that transition which is happening, and this is messy. Even though it's beautiful, it is messy, it is uncomfortable, but it's completely normal. So, well, if today's episode resonated with you, if you are in that phase of becoming, know this, that this is just a part of the journey. You are not behind, you're not broken, and you're not lost. You are standing between who you were and who you are finally becoming. And while that space may need, may feel very, very strange and very uncertain, one day you will look back at this phase and realize that it was one of the most beautiful transitions of your life. It was one of the most important seasons of your life, because this is where your new identity was being formed. This is where your self trust was being built. This is where your next chapter in life had become. So, well, if you enjoyed this episode today, like, comment, share it with somebody who needs to hear this. Until next time, this is me, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach, signing off for now, but asking you to subscribe to the Flight to Fulfillment podcast on either Substack or YouTube or Spotify or Apple, wherever you're more comfortable, so that you don't miss out on a single dose of inspiration coming your way. I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye bye.